In this video, I'm going to show you how much progress can be made if you try to fix a level 1 rush base after 10 months of gameplay. What's going on, my friends from Clash of Clans? My name is Joe, and we got ourselves a new base layout since we completed the construction of the multi-gear tower. Now, would you believe that there is some seriously mixed feelings about rushed bases? Some players feel that it's overhyped and not worth the effort, while other players feel like it is the new meta of 2025. I think the obvious thing when it comes to rushing a base is that there is a clear advantage when it comes to access to high-level offensive capabilities. Like currently I'm using Dragon Armies, very successful with that and the Royal Champion Charge, and yeah, I'm happy. It's just the fixing process that's the hard part, and I don't think a lot of people out there realize how difficult it is to commit to fixing one of these rush bases. I get asked all the time, do I recommend rushing? And my answer is always going to be no, because I don't think a lot of you guys realize that this is kind of like my part-time side hustle gig. You know, I do this for fun, but it is a ton of work, you know? And there are some days when I really don't want to play Clash. I want to do something else. And I think that's the case for a lot of people out there that are less serious with the game, is that, you know, when they start rushing, it feels good until they start fixing it and they're just like, holy crap, this is too much. All right, so during the month of May, we were blessed with the presence of the Goblin Worker again. Also, the Super Yeti was released in a mini Spotlight Medal event, which came with a bunch of resources because we did buy the pass and took advantage of all those runes and such. Let's go ahead and jump into our progress base, and my attention shifted this month, or the past month. We went from a heavy offensive upgrading thing to going into defenses, and that's like the first time we've actually focused on defenses so hardcore during this entire process. So there are a few offensive buildings that are not maxed, and I'm just really in no rush to upgrade them, such as the Barracks to unlock the thrower. I'm using dragons. They're working. I don't see the point. The same thing applies to the Dark Barracks. I'm sure the furnace is great, but I don't really care. So I'm not going to wait 10 days for that upgrade. And then we also need to upgrade the workshop to unlock the remaining siege machines. It's only level 2. And I think the last offensive building that I haven't touched in a while is upgrading the pet house to unlock Sneezy. The only perk to this upgrade would be opening up the final 5 levels for the unicorn. But we'll get into the pet house here in a moment. So since we were focused on defenses, there were some mega progress done here. We used 2 books of building from the season pass or the gold pass to upgrade both of the fire spitters to level 2. They're maxed, minus the supercharge, and I'm not worried about that right now. And we also left you off on upgrading the Expos. So we took the Expos from level 8 to level 10. They still have 2 more levels to go. The next upgrade takes 6 days, 9 hours with the 20% boost. I'll probably come back around to those later on. I mean, it's just, they're long upgrades. It's really hard to sit and wait on long upgrades like that. We also targeted the Inferno Towers. They were near maxed at the end of the last episode, so we went ahead and used 2 hammers to upgrade these 2 Inferno Towers to level 11. We also have another hammer ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade that with you guys right now. Psych. Forgot. Can't use a hammer during a builder upgrade. Whoopsie. Anyways, you saw the hammer. You know where it's going. Let's move on. We also upgraded the scatter shot 1 level to level 2, but there's still like a bunch of levels to go there. But then we started targeting something that was not even touched. And I decided that because in my defensive log, there's a lot of players still using Electro Dragons. And then there's obviously some Dragon Armies down here somewhere. Yeah, there's some Dragon Armies there as well. And I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on air defenses. So at the end of the last episode, the air defenses were level 1. And I decided that I was going to target all of those using 4 builders. And we upgraded the air defenses from level 1 to level 12, with this one right here going to level 14. It's going to level 14, which is the Town Hall 16 equivalent. Yeah. Sure. Anyways, so the air defenses are really close to being maxed, but we're more than likely going to take them to Town Hall 16 level and then move into something else. Now, since the Goblin Builder was in the game for the month, it's normally beneficial for really cheap gem upgrades. Like in this case, we decided to upgrade the bombs. So the bombs at the end of the last episode were level 1. All of the bombs went to level 10, and we have 3 that are currently level 11. Naturally, we stopped at that point because the Goblin Builder was removed at the start of June, and we'll come back around to those later on, maybe when the Goblin Builder comes back next month. If it comes back next month, we'll see. And then last but not least, the walls. So at the end of the last episode, we had 163 level 17 walls with 162 level 16 walls remaining. Today, we have only 63 level 16 walls left to upgrade. But defenses were not the only focus during the month. We're also supposed to be working on heroes, right? Well, we had some mega milestones achieved during the month of May. So, hero upgrades. The Barbarian King went up 1 whopping level from level 65 to level 66. Only 6 more months to go on that troop. The Queen went up 4 levels from level 63 to level 67. 6 more months there. The Minion Prince went up 2 levels during Clan War Leagues because I don't really use him that much during the leagues, and we have 9 more months of upgrades to go on that guy. But the Grand Warden, on the other hand, oh my goodness, finally went up the final 4 levels from level 71 to level 75, and the Royal Champion also went up the final 5 levels from 45 to 50. Those heroes are now maxed. So thankfully, we have made some progress in the Hero Hall department. Jumping into the pet house, though, it seems like we didn't do a whole lot, and that's because most of our efforts were sent towards upgrading the Angry Jelly, which I very rarely use, but it just needed to be upgraded. So we went from level 3 to now going to level 10, which is its current maximum level. And once that completes, I'll more than likely upgrade Lassie or the Electro Owl, I guess. Either that or I'm going to have to upgrade the pet house to unlock the final 5 levels on the unicorn, which is probably the smart thing to do because I need that thing maxed because I actually do use it. Going into the blacksmith, the bane of all of our existence out there, I believe that I spent most of the month stockpiling shiny ore. I really feel like that's the case because there's been a mega shortage on glowy ore this entire time. We upgraded the spiky ball from level 14 to level 17, and I think that's good enough, really. It doesn't need to go any higher than that, I don't believe. The Minion Prince went up 1 level each on its abilities, which I don't really, yeah, sure. And then we also upgraded the Grand Warden's Healing Tome, 7 more levels to max. It is now level 18, and I do flip between that and the Rage Gem depending on the army that I'm using. Other than that, that's pretty much hero equipment, and we'll see what you guys advise down in the comments below on this section because I don't know, man. I just use the same stuff. I don't really change very often. I'm just lazy like that when it comes to hero equipment, but I'm sure if there's some new army that populates that's super powerful that I might switch and upgrade something else, we'll see. So the laboratory, mega progress in the laboratory, boys. The laboratory has been on fire this month, and we used some books and we used some magic items, i.e. the, speaking of which, that just reminded me, I need to buy the magic item that I use literally every month or every week. I purchase these every single week, the research potions to speed up the laboratory. This is how I keep things going and upgrading things. We'll go ahead and activate it because there's like 8 days left on that recall spell. So we were using the Siege Barracks for a little while, and in the Siege Barracks, it releases a P.E.K.K.A. and Wizards, and those levels are kind of dependent on what's going on in your laboratory. So super low level Wizards results in it's just a waste of time. So we focused on upgrading the wizards 6 levels from level 7 to level 13. The healers were also a part of my Root Rider army, so I went ahead and upgraded them from level 5 to level 10. Both of those troops are now maxed. The P.E.K.K.A. went up 2 more levels to level 11. We also upgraded the heal spell Yeah, 3 levels because of the Goblin Researcher. They were cheap, so I figured I'd just upgrade something using that thing. We focused on the Recall spell because of the Royal Champion and its walk. So the Recall went up from level 2 to level 4, currently under upgrade to level 5. The Skeleton spell went up 3 levels because of the Goblin Researcher, just cheap upgrades. And we also upgraded the Headhunter from level 2 to level 3. And then last but not least, we upgraded the Battle Blimp for donation purposes. At level 2 in my high level clan, I can donate max battle blimps. Now, since the Dark Deal medal event is currently active, I want to go ahead and point out that I will more than likely be purchasing the Dark Crown because Snake Bracelet's just not really worth it. It's not. It's just, I mean, it's useful in certain challenges and stuff, but other than that, it's not really that important in the meta. And I'm kind of happy with what I'm using on the Barbarian King right now anyway. So I'm going to pull the Dark Crown because it is free and it might become useful. We'll see how it plays out as time goes on and the meta shifts for these new abilities. But let's go ahead and finish things off by taking a look at the Clash Ninja website. Now, I did do a comparison to the data from the month 9 video, and we saw an increase of 8% on the structure's completion status, 8% on the laboratory, 7% on the heroes, 1% on the hero equipment, obviously, because we didn't upgrade much there, 8% in the pet house, and just over 10% on the walls. So we saw, some boost there when it comes to completion status, but there's still some large gaps there. And let me scroll through the defenses just so you can see all the different levels of upgrades that are still required for this base. I mean, even though we're 10 months into fixing this base, there is still so much to do. And a lot of these defenses, like the Ricochet Cannon or the multi-gear tower, they're lengthy upgrades even with the gold pass. We even have to upgrade the Town Hall's Inferno Artillery still. I mean, we got a ways to go on that one as well. But let's go ahead and jump into the stats section to take a look at how much time is left until this base is technically maxed. And it's obviously not going to be done in our first year of gameplay on this account. With 6 builders, for builder time, we still have 13 months, 8 days, and 3 hours, which is still a lot better than if you were playing free to play, that's for sure. And the laboratory still requires 24 months, 16 days, and 8 hours. And then the heroes are at 22 months, 11 days, and 4 hours collectively. So let us know down in the comments below what's going on with your accounts. And if you're rushing and trying to fix a rush, good luck, boys, and hang in there. I'll be here for you.